Kenya is a country in East Africa lying along the Indian Ocean to its southeast and at the equator. It is bordered by Somalia to the northeast, Ethiopia to the north, Sudan to the northwest, Uganda to the west, and Tanzania to the south. It covers an area of about 580,000 square kilometers with a population of nearly 39 million people, representing diverse peoples and cultures. The country has three major cities, namely Nairobi, Mombasa, and Kisumu. Mombasa City is the second largest city located at the Kenyan coast, about 450 kilometers southeast of Nairobi, the capital of Kenya. Part of the city is an island that can be reached via Makupa Causeway from the west, Likoni Ferry from the south, and Nyali Bridge from the north. It is both a commercial center, agricultural, as well as a major tourist hub. Coral reefs, mangrove forests, beaches, lowlands, coconut plantations, and kaya forests are among the features that characterize the area. Mombasa is a historical trading town that today attracts hundreds of thousands of tourists annually. This makes tourism its main economic activity. Some of the tourist attractions include the Fort Jesus, old and new mosques, the old Mombasa town, the old harbour, Likoni Ferry, the Hola Park Environmental Rehabilitation Project, and its beaches along the Indian Ocean. Mombasa is well known for its beautiful beaches, of which Jomo Kenyatta Public Beach is one. It is also the only remaining stretch of beach that is not under private management, which means it is not only important to the local community, but to the domestic and international tourists as well. The rest of the Mombasa shoreline contains many private hotels that block access to the sea. Yet the economic potential of Jomo Kenyatta Public Beach is undisputed, if only it can be unlocked to its full potential. The question is how this can be achieved, bearing in mind the ever-threatening menace of land grabbing, given the fact that about an acre of the beach land is already under a private developer. However, a wide range of stakeholders have been identified on the public beach area, and they range from the Boat Owners Association, the Fishers Association, the Photographers Group, the Camel Riders, the adjacent hotels, Kenya Wildlife Service, and many more. Indications are that careful planning of the beach and its surroundings, with the full involvement of all stakeholders, will be a step in the right direction. Fort Jesus is a Portuguese fort built in 1593 by the order of King Philip II of Spain, then the ruler of the joint Portuguese and Spanish kingdoms located on Mombasa Island, to guard the old port of Mombasa. Between 1631 and 1875, the fort was won and lost 9 times by the nations contesting control of Mombasa. Today, it houses a museum. When the British colonized Kenya, they used it as a prison until 1958, when they converted it into a historical monument. Fort Jesus is an interesting place to spend a day exploring the gun turrets, battlements, and houses within the walls. There is an excellent museum and trained guides to take you around. During the evenings, tourists are usually treated to the local community football matches played besides the beach next to the Fort Jesus building. Adjacent to the Fort Jesus is Mombasa Old Town that was established in the 9th century by the Arabs. The Old Town is renowned for its architectural designs that are found on the doors and window frames. It is also well known for its narrow streets and the Swahili cultural architecture. Hola Park, also known as Bamburi Nature Trail, is a rehabilitation project on the site of Bamburi Portland Cement Company. Dr. Rin Hola started the project in 1971 with an aim of transforming the area where coral limestone had been extracted. This was due to the dangers caused by the over 750 acres of land which had become a dumping site by the municipal council and mosquito breeding area, among others. Dr. Hola successfully rehabilitated this area by planting trees. This has now grown into a major tourist attraction site. Among the main attractions are a variety of rare game animals and bird species which inhabit the fenced area. Each has a function in Nature Trail's ecosystem, and almost all of them utilize a different feeding niche. The mammal species in the park include the hippos, giraffes, buffaloes, zebras, waterbucks, elands, and oryx. The bushbuck, Sunni, and duiker are not easily seen as they tend to scamper away upon detecting any sounds. The animals most active at night are bush pig, marsh mongoose, and serval cat. Below are profiles of famous animals at the wildlife sanctuary. Before the afforestation project, the vegetation and soil were in terrible condition. With the exposed bare rock with no soil and no shade, the groundwater became saline. The continued planting of trees has seen the salinity levels decrease over the years since the ground is covered with soil and vegetation that absorbs the heat. The following are among the vegetation found in the park: casuarina, conocapos, algaroba, neem, and fig tree. However, many other species of indigenous coastal forest and timber trees are being planted to find the ones most suitable to replace the casuarina and conocapos trees. These trees include mvule, mbambakofi, and mugurure. The tourist industry is by far the second largest single export earner in Kenya. Tourism forms a vital foundation for the country's economy and highlights two of Kenya's most unique features: wildlife and beaches. Careful planning and proactive leadership have maximized the tourism potential as Kenya continually outpaces its East African neighbors. A solid infrastructure coupled with a devotion to wildlife conservation has propelled Kenya to the forefront of the regional tourism industry.